Hi, I'm Jenna Lamone, and for my banned book, I chose The Grapes of Wrath. The Grapes of Wrath is written by John Steinbeck, and it's a Pulitzer Prize winning novel. The Grapes of Wrath is about a family who heads towards California because they had lost all their land due to the Dust Bowl as well as the Depression. When they finally get to California, though, they're faced with a lot of obstacles because of the wealthy landowners in California who don't want them there, as well as just getting there and getting jobs and land, as well as their dignity back because they had lost it because they lost everything else. The book was banned for its political reasons as well as its religious, and the part in the book that I will be reading is when Rose of Sharon actually saves the life of a man by breastfeeding him. This part in the book is actually very controversial too because people thought it was inappropriate for children to be reading and a little vulgar. And this is when, this is when she knows she's going to agree to it. Hush, said Ma. She looked at Pa and Uncle John standing helplessly gazing at the sick man. She looked at Rose of Sharon huddled in the comfort. Ma's eyes passed Rose of Sharon's eyes and then came back to them, and the two women looked deep into each other. The girl's breath came short and gasping. She said yes. Ma smiled. I knowed you would. I knowed. She looked down at her hands, taut locked in her lap. Rose of Sharon whispered, Will you all go out? The rain whisked lightly on the roof. Ma leaned forward, and with her palm she brushed the tousled hair back from her daughter's forehead, and she kissed her on the forehead. Ma got up quickly. Come on, you fellas, she called. Come out to the tool shed. Ruthie opened her mouth to speak. Hush, Ma said. Hush and git. She herded them through the door, drew the boy with her, and she closed the squeaking door. For a minute, Rose of Sharon sat still in the whispering barn. She then hoisted her tired body up and drew the comfort about her. She moved slowly to the corner and stood looking down at the wasted face into the wide, frightened eyes. Then slowly she lay down beside him. He shook his head slowly from side to side. Rose of Sharon loosened one side of the blanket and bared her breasts. You got to, she said. She squirmed closer and pulled his head close. There, she said. There. Her hand moved behind his head and supported it. Her fingers moved gently in his hair. She looked up, and across the barn her lips came together, and she smiled mysteriously. Again, that's one of the most known parts in the book, even though it's at the end, and the end is usually the most known, but it was the most vulgar part, people were saying, because they didn't expect a woman who had just given birth to just suddenly breastfeed a 50-year-old man. It's not really heard of, but it just goes to show that despite everything this family went through, they were still giving and sacrificing for the welfare of others, which I think was the point that Steinbeck was trying to show. Even though they weren't rich, they went out of their way to help people. So, thank you.